Welcome back to another video for HarborFinancialOnline.com. Today I'm going to be talking about the child tax credit, and I'm going to go over the worksheet and show you guys how to get this credit and what the requirements are set by the IRS for the credit. So let me get the video started and we'll walk through this together. So the child tax credit worksheet and calculator, some of the basic requirements include that you are a U.S. citizen, you're a resident of your household for at least half of the year, and you have a valid social security number. So you have to make sure you have those three things, otherwise don't even go any further with this credit, because those are the most basic requirements to get the credit. You have to fill out a worksheet in order to determine what your credit amount is, and I'm going to show you this worksheet, and the total from this worksheet will get put onto your tax return for the credit. And like I said, we're going to walk through that, and let me take you to that. You can see our website here, HarborFinancialOnline.com. We offer on the site the ability for you to calculate this credit and to prepare the return directly online. So let me take you to the form and show you the site real quick. This is the site, HarborFinancialOnline.com. And now we're going to go to the actual worksheet that you have to complete to get the credit and see how much of the credit you're going to qualify for. So here's the actual child tax credit worksheet. You can get this off the IRS website and just print the worksheet, put in the numbers, and you can see what the credit would be. In the case like this, when you're trying to get the child tax credit, I recommend you do the return online, because they'll allow you to put in all the numbers directly online and qualify for the credit rather than manually downloading this form from the IRS. But I still want to show you this form so you get an idea of what information you're going to need. So you'll begin at the top here, part 1, entering the number of children that you want to qualify and get the credit for. And you can see here it's just basic math, going through and filling in each box. Again, if you do the return online, it's automatically going to do this for you guys. And you can see here it's different amounts that you will have to fill in and check the boxes, and it'll do all the math and give you the exact credit that you're going to get. And as you work through this, part 2, you're going to get to line 13 here, and that's going to be your total child tax credit. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the video. I just wanted to show you this worksheet real quick. You can get this off the IRS website, or if you do the return online, you'll get it that way. Okay, so that's the worksheet. For each qualifying child, you'll get a $1,000 credit, so that can add up pretty quick. Now the credit goes against your tax, so it's a deduction right from the tax. So if you owe $1,000 in tax and you have a qualifying child, you're going to have zero tax. It'll be $1,000 taken away from that. The credit cannot exceed the amount of tax figured on your return. So say you prepare your tax return. You're required to pay $1,000 in tax. Now you can't have $2,000 in child tax credits. It's only going to give you the $1,000. So it cannot exceed the amount of your tax determined. If you have 3 or more children that you want to qualifying for this credit, you'll have to fill out form 8812. And again, if you do the return online, it's going to automatically give you this form to fill out. So 8812. One thing to remember, if you have an adopted child, they're always treated as your own child on this credit, so you don't have to worry about that. You're still going to qualify for the credit the day one of adopting that child. Here's some of the child tax credit qualifiers. If you have a son, daughter, stepchild, foster child, brother, sister, stepbrother, stepsister, descendant of any of them, it's your grandchild, niece, or nephew. They have to be under the age of 17 at the end of the year. They can't have had provided half of his or her own support in that particular year. So that's important to remember. If they had at least half of the year they were supporting themselves, then they aren't going to qualify for the credit for you. Okay. They need to have lived with you for at least half of the year, and you'll need documentation of that. Sometimes they're going to want, proof of mail being sent to them or changing their driver's license. You need some kind of supporting documentation for this. So I want to show, before we end the video, I want to show you the Form 8812, because a lot of you out there will have more than 3 children that you're going to want to qualify in this credit for. So let's bring up that form real quick. So here's the Form 8812. You'll have to fill this out in addition to what I've already showed you. Now this is having 3 or more children. And again, if you do the return online, it's automatically going to bring you this form to fill out. You'll just enter in boxes and it'll put it right into this form and populate all these boxes. Now when you calculate the credit, it's going to go, the total is going to go to your Form 1040, and it's going to go on page 2. You can see the X's I have here. It'll be on line 51, which will be the total of your child tax credit. Okay, and that's going to be totaled with all your other credits that you may qualify for. So this credit can get confusing. I would highly recommend doing some kind of online software. You can use ours at harborfinancialonline.com. Prepare the return directly online. It's easy to use, and if you have any questions when you're doing the return and figuring out your credit for the child tax credit, send me an email at expert@harborfinancialonline.com. I'll answer any questions you have. I appreciate you checking out our videos. We're getting a lot of good feedback from you guys, and check out our site. We have the online estimator, which you can calculate your taxes, your refunds, and see how this credit might affect you. So thank you, and hopefully you'll check out some of our future videos.